Okay, I'm sitting in my 2003 Focus SVT, and this is a little hack I learned from the Focus forums after doing all the research on this charging problem I'm having. It's a little hard to do with only two hands. See if I can get my phone to sit still while I do it. So what I gotta do is push in the trip odometer button as I start the car, and then hold it in for a little bit until it says test. So then I push it and it cycles through all these little diagnostic features, and I press it about 16 times until I get to this one, which is the battery charge. So right now it says it's about 12.1, and I've got my little Equus voltmeter here that I've been using. So what I do is here's another one where I need another hand. Let's see what it gives me. See if I got good contacts. Yeah, so 11.8. Saw it briefly. I'm just putting it in the cigarette lighter here. 11.5, 11.6. This one says 12. I don't know how good of a connection I've gotten here with my cigarette lighter. Let me try it with both hands. So the Equus meter tells me I got it up to about 11.7. So I'm going to rev it and try it again. There we go. Oh, it went off again. Anyway, that's how I've been doing it. So I think this gauge up here on the dash is fairly accurate. It's not, I don't know what's more accurate, the Equus meter here or the dash internal gauge. But when it does read 13.6 and the alternator appears to be charging, the Equus meter will read about the same. So I'm fairly confident that this little dash gauge is at least relatively accurate enough to tell me whether or not the alternator is charging. So that is how I've been watching the voltage as I've been driving, and it's actually kind of handy. So I just pulled away and you can see it drop down to 11.7 with my lights on. I can't use the Equus meter while I'm driving, obviously, but that's closer to what the Equus meter was telling me. So hopefully it starts charging here again as I get going. Okay, so I just revved it up real high on my way home from the store. It's only about a mile away from where I was previously, but you can see now this little dash voltage sensor tells me I'm charging, and I'm gonna stick my Equus meter in this cigarette lighter again. This isn't the best connection, obviously, but something just popped. Okay, the Equus meters tell me it's 13.3 or so, 13.6 on that gauge, 13.3 here at this meter. I'm going to step out and measure it at the battery. So across the battery it's right at 13.6, which is what the dash gauge is telling me. If I could, I'd measure it up over at the alternator positive as well, but I don't have that many hands, so. You can see here that when I was repairing it, I soldered in this new Pigtail connection at the alternator connector. Put in a new serpentine belt. It's nice and tight. I also took out the positive and negative battery cables, cleaned all the connections, and reattached them. The battery is actually new, although I don't think that this one is a silver calcium battery. I'm pretty sure it is a lead acid battery, so that may be part of the problem. So I'm sitting here at a stoplight, and here I go. I was just idling, and I'm at 13.6 volts. So everything looks good. So there, I just dropped off. So now I put it neutral. I rev it way up. It comes back. Up, just dropped off again. Got a brake. So when I rev it up again. Nothing that time. I think I probably just didn't get it high enough. I'm about to get on the highway, so there it comes back. About 5,000, 6,000 RPM. It runs for a little bit. Sometimes it charges longer. Oh, it just dropped off again. So I'm guessing it's a bad alternator, which normally would be the conclusion. But I read so much about this smart charging system that I'm a little suspicious that some of the wiring back to the ECM controller may be broken or corroded or something. Sometimes it'll pop back on at like 2,000 or 3,000 RPM. I'm trying to get to work this morning, so I hope it. Oh, there's the battery signal. Yeah, I probably do just need to put in that new alternator. Crap. It just stalled on me. Alright, I'm on the highway. Came back a little bit. I was trying. I really don't know if I want to. I'm on the highway now. Trying to merge into traffic. I'm not really sure if I want to try to make it all the way up there. I may wind up dead on the side of the road again. Alright, anyway, that's what it's doing. So it's either a bad alternator or a bad connection back to the ECM. I'm not really sure. It just started happening last week out of the blue on my way back from Pocatello. So that's it. It just dropped off again. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. So I decided to turn around, come back home. I don't want to get stranded on the side of the road again in a snowy weather. So here is the voltage now. It looks like it's not charging. I'm essentially at the same intersection just as I was before, just going back home the other way now. So I'm sort of thinking, I read somewhere that the Smart Charge system will only provide high voltage from the or charging voltage from the alternator when it needs to, but I'm guessing that the voltage should not get this low before it kicks back on. And if I were to rev it up right now, which I've been doing this whole trip, it'd probably kick back into charging mode. So I'm guessing that this is not how the Smart Charge system works, and that really I'm just running on my battery right now with a bad alternator. And there's my battery. I'm gonna rev it up. Nothing that time. just a bad alternator. I've already had mine out and back in, and pretty familiar with the process now. It's a pain, but at least now I know how to do it. So probably wind up just throwing this new Duralast alternator in. I got it at Autozone last night, and hope that it'll give me a good charge continuously. If not, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just wasted $200 on the alternator. So, sort of weird, not really sure. Maybe I'm making too much of it, and it really is just bad alternator. Happens all the time, I guess. The other the other side of the coin, I guess, in this mystery is, I'm pretty sure that AutoZone put in a lead acid battery, and from reading on the forums, this car with its smart charge system requires a silver calcium battery, whatever that is. The guys at AutoZone had no idea what I was talking about. Pretty helpful guys, but they don't get into the depths of auto knowledge, I guess. So I may have a bad battery in here just by its brand, even though it's new, or I should say by its style. So that's it.